Alright, here's a quick video resource on this new zip found by PB-chan. Finally something very consistent and fully controllable. Starts at the very beginning here. You have to manipulate the camera a little bit. I don't show it at the beginning here, do I? Okay. Well, so when you walk past this block at the top, when you drop down here, you want to be crouching the whole entire time. You don't need to be crouching when you're down here, just when you are falling off this ledge here. So just make sure you're holding down right until you fall. Then you could do this as normal. Now, just like with the other zips, we're still looking at these two blocks. You want to start your jump timing earlier than usual, but not that much earlier. Something like this block of space is good. I know Simon didn't actually start jumping yet, but trust me, this is good. So you do these couple jumps as normal, but you clip into this ceiling instead of going to the right. And what this allows us to do is spawn a bat to take damage off to initiate a zip much more consistently. We're able to clip into this ceiling because of the crouch setup that we did entering the room. For whatever reason, when you do that setup, it spawns one single horizontal line of blocks where Simon is right now. But if you walk instead of crouch, it spawns one single extra block up high, like right at the end. So it's like 2 blocks high and then regular. But point is, if it's more than 1 block high, then Simon can't get up on the ceiling like this. Something else that's important too is you don't want these jumps to be super clean. If you can tell, I'm scrolling the screen a pretty good amount. And the reason for that is you actually, at this point, you want the ceiling to start loading. Because the screen is going to start scrolling up earlier. Like you see, it's already happening now. And that's very important because you need to manipulate the height of the bat that you're taking damage off of in order to zip all the way across. So again, give yourself some good space. This is probably like the earliest you could start. If you start too early, the bat boost isn't going to work. You'll die in the wall or like something's going to happen. So do these jumps, and then after this last ledge jump here, you're just holding left. And you are going to look at this block, and you notice how there's a whiter shade right in the middle, this rectangular whiter shade here. You're going to pay attention to that and how it correlates to the right edge of the screen. So just keep looking at it. You see how the end of it is like right here. I pretty much start my jump. Earlier is better. You just don't want to jump late because you're going to mess with the height of the bat. So you can probably start jumping like here. Anywhere from around here to here. Not frame specific, but you know, somewhere around here. A little bit later, like maybe there. This is where you want to jump. This jump is what's going to set the bat height. So that's why this window is pretty important here. Not a big window, but an important one. Still holding left the whole time. Don't let go of it. The last jump, all you're going to do is wait for this candle to leave the screen. And then you input. So keep going, and VLC's going to freeze. Alright, so wait for the candle to leave the screen. Somewhere, just anywhere around here. Just do your final jump. Yep, good old VLC. You're just holding left. You can see in my input display. Just holding left, you'll get hit by the bat. And now, as long as the screen stops pixelating, I will show you how you know if your height is good. Alright, good. So there's this rectangular block at the very bottom here. Not this big one. Not this big one. It's the one right under. If you can see the whole entire block, then you're too low. You know, there's like the inside here, and then there's like the border on the outside. If you can see the whole block, you're too low. That's all you'll know. If the screen is scrolled up anywhere past it, then you're good. Now, the only thing left to do is to make sure you don't fall into Glitch World, because Simon is really far to the right of the screen already. So, if you imagine you take a piece of paper and you draw this whole screen on that piece of paper, Simon is just going from the left part of the piece of paper to the right. There's nothing interrupting him, even though the screen is like back here and the screen is trying to like slowly catch up. Simon is just going whoop, even though the screen is like slowly catching up to him. So again, here's a piece of paper. Simon's going like here all the way to here, and you basically want to like juggle him on the end here a little bit, because if he goes outside of that boundary, everything just freezes up and you're screwed. So fortunately, this is really easy. You see this broken part of the background here. You want to tap right a little bit beforehand, so like here is good. And these windows are super, super lenient too. It's not tight. The earlier the better too. So like you can start tapping right here and then left. And then I use this vertical line in the wall to tap right again. And again, earlier is better. So like tap here. Perfectly fine. You can even tap earlier. Oh, fucking VLC. Alright, so tap left, tap right, and then again, use this vertical crack in the wall to tap again. What is it? Tap right. And again, earlier the better. And then these two blocks here, I use the end of those to tap left. So tap. And then here, like anywhere from here to this line, just like anywhere in this general area, you can tap right again. You'll get the feel for it. And you will see Simon pop back up here. Just tap left one more time, jump out. Sorry about VLC bugging out. And you have this whole area that Simon is going to keep zipping. So you shouldn't have to worry about popping back out. Just make sure he's on screen enough before you tap again. And make sure, again, he's on screen enough when you try to jump out. Because if he's off screen a little bit, your jump might not register. Now, this end part can be kind of tricky. So what I do is just wait a little bit. You see that I'm just like walking this out a bit. A visual cue you can kind of use is when these vertical steps almost hit the time text. But really all I do is just walk a little bit, maybe like a, and then jump. And then VLC is going to be shit, so I can't show you my visual cue there. So jump out, a little bit of a walk. Now I just walk to this block, and then I'll jump. And then I will snug myself on this block here, just to make sure nothing goes wrong. Kind of like how VLC is going wrong. So yeah, jump, snug myself over here, and then I take my time with these 3 jumps. Not too much of my time. You'll know what taking too much of your time is when you do it. But you'll notice that these jumps don't have to be tight at all. So 1, 2, 3, and then after the 3rd jump, I tap left because sometimes the game will just zip you to the left instead of to the right if you don't input anything. So just make sure you do a tap to the left to avoid that. And there you go.